All right, captaining the showdown for the second time this season. What are the focuses ahead of the game?
Go 2-0, that's the main focus. But we looked at them briefly this morning. Pretty good uncontested side, they get a lot of ball movement, so focus will be shutting that down. And obviously our contest and pressure's been our one wood and what keeps us in games and gets us over the line. So we definitely need to bring that early and try and shut their crowd up pretty early because it's going to be a big Port fans.
Nice.
What do the crowd, just on that, the Robbie crowd, I imagine would be pretty raucous for him. What's it like playing in, I don't know if you've played any games like that before, whether it's milestones or retirements or whatnot, and you've got a vocal opposition crowd for one man pretty much?
Yeah, we had West Coast 2 weeks ago for Kennedy, and the focus there was to try and take the crowd out of the game early, and we were able to do that, but when they came right back into it, they had 50,000 West Coast fans going nuts. So obviously over there they were more just cheering for Kennedy to win, but with showdowns we know that there's a bit of hatred there as well, so the Port fans are going to be very vocal on the weekend, and expecting a big crowd as well, which would be great.
If he goes deep forward, are you going to sort of stand anywhere near him? Or
Absolutely
not.
No, I'll be staying. I've done it for my whole career. I've stayed right away from Robbie in showdowns, and I'll continue that trend this week. So might have to push the young guys. Young Parnell can go down and get it done.
And is Foggs going to be all right for the game? Sorry, he was just running on the sidelines for most of training.
Yeah, he'll be all right. We've got a couple of sore guys this week, but being the last game of the year, just nurse them through till Saturday. So a couple of guys key didn't train as well, but expecting both to be fine.
What would it mean to do the clean sweep over the crosstown rival?
Yeah, it means a lot. I guess being the last game of the year as well, both teams can't make finals, so this is it for the year, and to finish off on a showdown and take the bragging rights into the off season is massive. So yeah, big focus on getting it done, and I don't think we've done the sweep for a few years now, so it's definitely a focus for us.
With a young side that's building, obviously wanting to play finals, is this like a dress rehearsal for potentially playing finals next season, where last game of the year, boys, let's treat this like a grand final? Yeah,
absolutely, and as we said, the atmosphere and the fans as well is going to be very finals-like and very hostile, so it's a great experience for our young guys that we've been trying to play this sort of finals way of footy, and as I said, contest, pressure, those sort of things are massive in finals, so definitely something we're building up for this week.
Chad said on Monday that he hates you guys. Do you take any joy of watching them struggle this season?
No, a little bit. It's obviously the rivalry is massive, and being from SA, I've grown up in that rivalry. I've been on both sides, being a Port supporter growing up, but everyone will be going to work tomorrow and Monday. They're probably putting bets on and slabs of beer and all this sort of thing, so it's just massive in the state, the whole rivalry, and so it's not just in here, it's the supporters group, members and staff, everyone wants to beat Port Adelaide, and Port Adelaide want to beat us, so plenty of bragging rights on the line.
You've captained before obviously in the showdown, but just holistically for a bloke who, as you said, grew up near here and loves the club, like to captain in the showdown, how big a deal is that for you?
Yeah, massive, and the first one was a bit unexpected. Obviously, Sloaney had the little hammy before he hurt himself the week after, but that was really special when he gave me the call for the first showdown to say that I'd be captaining. As you say, SA boy, I've been to almost every showdown for, I can't remember now, probably 20 years, so really special for myself and the family, and it was wrapped to Nixie grabbed me last week and said I'd be captaining the last 2 weeks, so obviously the showdown this week is a part of that, and really special for myself, and hopefully get to hold that trophy up for a second time.
What sort of pre-game speech giver are you?
Very basic. Just reiterate what Nixie said. I actually threw to Ned McHenry at halftime last week, and pretty emotional, go-get-it sort of guy, and he actually nailed it. So whether I throw to Ned again before the game, I'll wait and see. But try and get a couple of things up my sleeve to get the boys going.
Have you done a ladder predict? I reckon you could win by about 300 points and finish above them on the ladder this week. Yeah,
I think it's about 210, isn't it? I've had a look. But no, it's obviously it'd be nice to just finish on the same wins. We can't get the percentage, but as I said, something that I think all supporters will be looking at if we can finish on the same wins as Port Adelaide.
Win or loss this week, what are you going to sort of wake up on Monday and go, right, we can assess the season now? What are you personally going to look back, and how are you going to rate it compared to last year? Like steps you've taken or steps you still have to take?
It's been a better year. There's no doubt we've definitely improved. you look at the SANFL side and how well they've been, and the guys that are playing consistent footy and putting pressure to come into the side, and then Berry, Saligo, Schomburg, these guys that have really stepped up in the midfield for us. But yeah, I think we really challenged sides throughout the year. So Melbourne, Brisbane, St Kilda game, Collingwood as well, and we just couldn't get over the line. So I think that's the obvious next step for us, is to be able to win those games of footy against the quality sides, rather than be in it for 3 quarters and we have a lapse, for 10 or 15 minutes that cost us. So I think going forward with the experience that we've gained this year, that'll be the next step for the group to win those games, and all of a sudden that puts you right around the mark.
Have you seen enough this year to suggest, personally in your career, however many years you got left, that you will be a force again while you're still playing footy?
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, I think you look at a side like Freo, sort of in the same position as us last year, and then this year they've taken that next step. So that's sort of the blueprint for us, I think, to look at them, and that it can be done. And there's probably only a few little things that we have to adjust. And as I said, that experience as well, taking that into next year. But I've still got 2 or 3 years left, and hopefully more. But definitely think we can be competing right at the top again before I'm gone.
I wasn't trying to retire. The Dragon, we've learned his nickname. He's re-signed for a couple of years. He's pretty up and about today.
There's an interesting video on Instagram the club have put up, so I don't know who was a part of that, but he's a bit flat with that. But yeah, he's awesome. Obviously, there's a bit of noise around the Dragon, as he's known now. But yeah, great to have him for another couple of years, and another guy that's been right around the mark and taken some big steps this year. So I think he's one that can take that next step next year and be a big part of us going forward.
Is it tough for other blokes to look like a Rowie, for example, when they sort of see someone who may have been in a similar-ish boat contract-wise get one? How does the club rally around them? Do they even need rallying around? Yeah,
well, it's a tough time of the year. It's always is with contracts, and you never want to see anyone go, and you want to keep everyone. And I think you mentioned Rowie. He's aware of the situation, and I think, as you said, it's just for us to be able to get around those guys, and hopefully that all plays out pretty soon for him. And obviously a guy that we want to keep around the footy club. He brings a lot to the group, on and off the field, and a guy that we all love.